Okay, now we're going to watch a movie, but before doing that, I want to ask you some questions. Have you ever heard about World War II?
Yes.
Okay, and the different kinds of countries that were involved in that war?
Yes.
Have you ever heard about the atomic bomb?
Yes.
Where was it? There was another one. Nagasaki, that's good, yeah. And do you think that with all what happened, they are still like in a problem, in a conflict between the USA and the armies? Do you think so? Yeah? Okay, let's see that. But before doing also that, do you have any idea about Hiroshima now?
Yes.
Yes. How is it? How is it now?
Can I talk in Arabic?
No, I prefer to speak English. Now it's our English.
Okay,
Yes.
Hiroshima is a beautiful city. It's have like an conference two peaks. Yeah, you can go any peak there because Hiroshima was so not beautiful when the war it was war. But now it's a beautiful. It's most beautiful.
Yeah.
Because they are.
Fine.
Hiroshima is a country. There was a war there, and the atomic bomb came on it. So from then on, they live in peace, and they made paper planes. More than 100 paper planes. All people in Hiroshima will be cured. So
you've taken anything about what's her name?
Sasaki Sadako.
What's her name? Sadako. Yeah. So you took something about Sadako at school? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, thank you. You know, when I went to Hiroshima in the summer, I thought that I'm going to see a black city. Have you ever had this kind of idea before?
Yes.
Okay, I heard that if there's an atomic bomb, a nuclear bomb over a place, do you know that it doesn't hit the ground? The atomic bomb does not hit the ground. Okay, it's like it bombs like 500 meters above the ground. It's like burning. Okay, so and it was very, very difficult. So I went there and I thought that I'm going to see everything in black colors, and I was surprised. I was surprised to see a big, beautiful city with 6 big rivers, and it's like in a forest. Okay, and there is something that the Japanese and the Americans done with each other in order to overcome this problem. Again, it's a very big conflict, but they were able to overcome. And in my city, 2 families are unable to overcome their conflicts. Okay? They still have fights every other day. It's not good. Okay? Whatever the reason is, he's taken this piece of land or whatever, we are able to mediate. You know what I mean by mediate? Like kind of trying to solve the conflict. We will be able to solve the conflict if we are able to mediate. Now between Japan and the USA, they were able to create that. And sometimes it's a very simple thing. Have you ever heard of, I don't know if you have it in your homes, the bonsai tree? Bonsai, yeah. It's a very nice tree. So this is about a peace initiative that was made between the 2 countries.
波乱に満ちた運命の絆を訪問者に静かに語っている。混乱の世を生き抜き、広島の市民から託された。
So it's in Japanese and it's translated to English. Okay, and in some places it's in English translated to Japanese.
すごく綺麗な盆栽でして、すごく感動したのを覚えております。アメリカの地に渡って、で今なおその時になおですね、綺麗な姿を保っていて、本当に美しい と思わされましてですね、我々と同じその美しいというか、美観を、アメリカの方々も共有してくれているんだということにですね、すごく感動し、また安心感を覚えたということがあったのを覚えております。
アメリカ・ワシントン DC の国立樹木園にある盆栽模型博物館。その入り口に緑の枝葉に包まれた荘厳な盆栽が飾られている。ここを訪れる多くの人々が足を止め、気高く堂々としたその優雅な姿に
The bridge of friendship. What is the bridge of friendship? Please. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do I need the microphone?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's the surviving group pine tree that was given as a gift to symbolize the peace.
To symbolize peace.
Peace.
Yeah. So the bridge was here, the tree. It is a living thing that you have to take care of. Okay. They were taking care of that tree. Then those are planting their cherry trees, and so this is very important, right? In this case, and they are putting the cranes. You see the cranes that they were having, and they were putting like beside the bonsai tree in order to give it as a bridge. Okay. And who makes all these cranes? Who makes the cranes? No? Amazingly, it's the students at schools, okay? And across the world. They are sending those cranes to Hiroshima every year during the peace conference, okay? It takes place like for 4 or 5 days, and students across the world send these cranes. In Hiroshima, they are making those cranes, at least 5 to 10 cranes for each student. And they give them to people, and they are giving it to all the people that come from all over the world. It's just a symbol. What is our symbol of peace here in the MENA region? Usually, no. Yeah, it's the dove. And what does it have usually in its mouth? The olive twig. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Thank you. That's a very nice one. Okay. Did you draw it, or one of your school? Someone in your school? Okay. Who?
Printed.
Printed. Okay, it's very nice. So we have different symbols for peace. And this is their symbol, and that's what they are giving to people. So I remember once one of my classes in the Access program, I don't know if you've heard about it, but they decided to give a flower, a white flower, and an olive twig to people on the streets. It was on the 13th of April. Do you know what does 13th of April symbolize here? Have you heard of the civil war in Lebanon? Okay. So it is on the 13th of April, my students decided to give those to people on the streets, and it's nothing. It's very, very cheap. We could afford it simply, and it's a very nice message to people. Okay, because we want to live in peace. Okay, so that's what those people have done. What is something that you liked about the movie? I can't hear you.
The tree, how did you make a bond of peace and friendship?
Did you hear her? How a tree can make?
A bond of peace between
Thank you. A tree can make a bond of peace. And we have a lot of things that we can work on in order to create bonds of peace. Okay? That's their way. Okay? And we can have our ways as well. So, something else that you liked about, okay, there is something that, if I do all of those and I'm still angry at you, I can't do that. There is something that needs to be done. Sacrifice? Before sacrifice, I'm not sacrificing myself in order to create peace with you. It's a key word. I can't be still like angry with you. in order to create or to have peace with you, I need to
Discuss.
forgive you. Okay? I need to forgive you. So it needs forgiveness. We need to forgive. We will not forget. Did the people of Hiroshima forget? They have a very beautiful museum. It's called the Museum of Peace. They made the cranes, so they did not forget. But they changed this conflict, they changed this challenge into a very important thing in their lives, in the life of Hiroshima. It's now considered a city of peace. They changed this hatred, they changed this feeling of anger into another feeling that is more productive, that makes their city more prosperous, it brings more tourists, and they change that into a culture of forgiveness. They forgive in order to be able to continue and to rise like a phoenix bird. What is a phoenix bird?
Phoenix, it's a bird.
It's a bird. It rises from its ashes
Yeah.
and goes like, and gives the world all its power and energy. Okay? So that was an interesting part that they were able to put here in this movie. We have to be able to rise out of our ashes. We pass through different times. Sometimes we are broken. We are sad. We are desperate. I don't know. And like the other day, we are very strong. This is how we become strong. Okay? And that's how we are able to do something better for our future. Okay? There is something that I would like you to carry as a message from this movie. And I don't know if you can get the message before I ask you. If you can just get one message from this movie, I give you 1 minute to write a message that you understand from this movie, and we will continue. 1 minute to write a message. So the message of this movie was or this is what I like. It has many messages, of course, the tree and the bond, etc. But there is also another message that was slightly in the movie. Okay? Try to find that message. Pen? Did you find it? Okay, I'm sure that you have very similar ones, so I'm going to take one and please listen to each other. We are practicing our active listening, okay? If you have a similar message that you got, don't repeat it, please. We might not get more than 3 messages, okay? Okay, yes?
The survivors teamwork to save peace in their country and to make it spread around the world.
So teamwork and peace.
The survivors.
Survivors. Yes?
To respect environment.
Something that is related to environment, so to respect environment.
Respect.
they forgive and keep friendship. Yes.
Trust of themselves.
Trust and yes, Hassan.
They should look always on the good side.
Trust and be positive. So look at the bright side. You said trust. Yes.
They started a new level, keeping the positive vibes in their minds and spreading it. Respect every human being.
So the positive vibes and trust, etc. Yes, Cedric?
Don't carry any disgrace in our heart toward anybody.
No disgrace, no hatred. Yes?
No one to the political slope when hear people go.
Yeah.
We kept going no matter what were the circumstances, and together we worked on a single task to improve nation.
To what? Excuse me?
We all worked together to
Teamwork.
a single task to get the city back on street.
That's nice. Okay. Anything else? Just a minute. Peace is stronger than anything else. Okay. Yes, I.
Okay, changing the disadvantage that happened a couple of years in the World War II to an advantage these years by making that the society is for the one amongst the society by teamwork and one hand.
Okay, that's good. Yes?
They made it from the city of war a city of peace.
Oh, the transformation. Yeah, they talked about that. City of war. City of peace. And they mentioned that in the movie in one way. They said that it came back from reconstruction to reconciliation. Reconciliation is getting over the problems, okay? Yes?
They seek forgiveness.
They seek forgiveness. There is one thing
Faith.
that you didn't mention. Yes, it is nice. But there's something, yeah?
They forget their conflict.
Okay, if we go back to, yes,
Cooperation.
one thing that you didn't mention.
Every person started his
Okay, now if I get back another atomic bomb or nuclear bomb, we're going to have the same thing again,
Yes.
right? So we shouldn't allow any kind of massive destructive weapons in the world, right? We should stop that. We should ban those. We should not be our sheep. First of us, if we start by ourselves as peace ambassadors, we should not carry weapons at any time. Our weapon is our pen. If we have to talk about anything, if we want to express ourselves, we have the pen. We write about it. Maybe you use your social media, be a newsletter reporter, on TV, etc. You can express yourselves in different ways. That's how you're expressing yourselves now. Okay, you can tell your opinion about anything. But it's not good to be at any time of our lives armed people. Like armed people on the streets. Okay? We should not allow that. These are like massive, destructive weapons. We don't want to have to live in this kind of world anymore.